when we last left our hero, he pulled all the pieces to the Futron, Hovertron, hover ship, hover. What do we call this thing now? Hovercraft, Hovertron. That's me being tired. This should take me a few minutes to build, so this is going to separate into different videos. Here I'm going to build a hovercraft, and again, slightly more than half the pieces were in the lot, and slightly less than half the pieces I had to pull from my collection, just to catch you up. But we'll start with the 2x16, because that's what it says in the instructions right there. And then, so I don't know how much I'm going to be talking instead of building, but I'm going to do both at the same time again. And we're going to talk about whatever brain things I have going on in my head. I will say that I was never a huge fan of Futron until the monorails showed up. I was quote unquote slightly too old, and I was classic space from 1978 to 1985 or 6, when that was all classic space, and I had a ton of classic space sets. I did like the Fig. I thought that was a long time in coming, and I thought that they were just going to continue with that, with the modifications, and have them. I didn't think, well, basically Futron. So, classic space, the first 2 years were very cohesive in their style and in their color scheme and blah blah blah. They had specific color schemes. The big ships were blue and gray and trans yellow. The small ships were just gray. And the vehicles were gray with the air tank on the front and the running boards, which are, you know, basically 2x4 plates. Thought that was good enough to continue with, and then 1980 showed up, and they went to white and blue and trans dark blue, with the 6890 and the 6980, which is fine. I think maybe it was 82. Yeah, it was 82. The Starfleet Voyager showed up halfway through there, but the Starfleet Voyager was still gray wings, but it had white and trans dark blue. It is what it is, and I could, as a fan, I should not fault the Lego company for going in that direction, where it is different than it was before, because they don't want to be stagnant. They don't want to, like, you know, and they came up with a lot newer parts. The hinge plates, which is really, really cool. The 1x5 or 1x4, whatever, the 2 fingers and the 3 fingers. I've started with 1 and 2, but anyway, that was 1982. So they had a lot of fun doing that kind of stuff, and I had a lot of fun buying their sets. So, because I was working and in the summers and in my evenings, and I was making money and living at home, you know, saving up for my Commodore 64 to be sure, but you know, that took a little bit of money, and then the rest went into buying Lego. And so it worked. Oh, I can see where they had that piece, so I do not have it, so I'm going to put that there. This is where the 2x2 inverted slope is going to go in the back like that. I hope it doesn't interfere, but we'll see what happens. It's been a while since I built this thing, so I'm going to see what happens. So that's 5, and then we get down here where you got the 2x2 inverted dishes in the red. Oh, I already had 3 out. I didn't see that. That was mighty silly. I already had 3 red 1x1 trans red pieces out, and the black goes there like that, and this goes on the back like that. Very, very nice. That's 6, and then we get into this with the 1x4 Technic. So anyway, I really did like classic face, and I didn't want to fault them for going in, but the rest of classic space was kind of a hodgepodge. I mean, there's some sets that look like the other sets, but to me, over these intervening years from 1980, 87, they just kind of made a space set that didn't work thematically with the originals or the later ones. a lot of blue vehicles, which was nice, but some not blue vehicles and kind of thing. So, how much do you want to fault them for that? I don't think you really can, um, because there were some knockout of the park sets, like the uranium search vehicle 6928. Gorgeous set. It's one of my favorites, and stylistically, it kind of fit. It had the same knobby tires as the 6882 and a few other sets back then. But other than that, the Gamma 5 gray, sure, all gray and black, and a little bit one piece of trans yellow with trans dark green or trans green canopies. They came out with a lot of trans green sets here and there. But there was no consistent cohesive until Futuron. So the first 3 years cohesive, then a whole bunch of intermingling, sort of, sometimes not, blah blah, and then in Futuron, boom, the whole theme was cohesively the same. I just didn't appreciate it, so that's perfectly fine. Where am I here? Page 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So we go here. We're on step 8. Now, this is one of the times where the Puron set is actually clear. I like that. So whoever scanned them and put them in here did a good job. And then we get these guys. And so I thank you for whoever did it. It says at the bottom. I should read this sometime. You know, be nice to the person who planned it. And we get the things at the bottom. The skis / rockets at the bottom. Again, my appreciation for Futuron is a little. My friend Dave loves Futuron, and I'm not going to fault him for that. But for me, stylistically, I don't know. I have let's do it like that, and then we put this in here. Bang, bang, boom. And then we put the blue on the end, which I already had. Oh, these blue. One there, and one there, and a tile. I should focus on doing this because if I talk, I miss steps, miss pieces. Now, the one thing about this set that is better than the other Futuron set of similar size is that the windshield's not blocked with that white panel, which happened in the other one. And this comes up here and locks into place. Boom. So that's what we have so far. I'll put it over here so you can see it. And this is the fun one. So we got these guys going. I'm gonna make both at the same time. I don't see if you can see them. I'm gonna move all this stuff over so you can see me building at the same time. I don't know if that makes you happy. Usually when they have a two-part like this, I will build both at exactly the same time. And little song and dance, a little soft shoe. And then got that part, and then this part. I did like this for this reason, that these pieces come off. I thought that was a cool thing for them to do. And then these things go here. I don't know why in universe why these pieces had to come off, but I don't mind that they did. And it goes there, like that. And then we flip it over, put these in the bottom. And then we put these back over, and we put these there and there and there. And then the red goes onto here, just like so. Oh, I think blue is supposed to be in the back. Oh, not worry about it. Let me change that then. Blue, because I brought too many 1x1 trans red round plates out, and I think these are supposed to be blue, but the instructions are not clear, and I'm colorblind, so it is what it is. Because yeah, that's perfect. And then we put the little antennas on here, little control sticks, but they're not control sticks out here. I don't know if these are supposed to be satellites or extra thrust or whatever for the and that is all she wrote. Lift that up, that goes up, this guy goes inside. So for 40 pieces out of my collection, and then 50 pieces that came in the lot, I think I counted 87 pieces altogether. I have a Futron hovercraft again. This one actually looks nicer than my last one because most of the pieces are better in this one than the last lot I got, and I built most of it from the lot. There were a lot of bad pieces in there, but I still built it just because the pieces are in there. I already did the review on this guy. He's okay. I mean, out of all the Futron, I like this one too. The monorail's the peak of Futron. The rest of the sets go down pretty quickly. And but this is one of the better ones. I'm not going to keep on, trashing Futron. It is a worthy theme to own. So I'm just saying that to my friend Dave. It is a worthy theme to own. It's just not close to my favorite. But here we go. So that's the third set that I built from this lot. Here's set number 1 that I built, which was awesome. It's one of my favorite sets ever. This is set number 2 that I built. It's a good space shuttle. Fantastically awesome. And this is set number 3. So we'll put that there, and put that there. So there's a theme going on here. Although this is town and the rest are space. I have over here the Explorian set that I want to put together, but it has, let's see, the Explorian set. It is the Planetary Decoder set number 6856. Again, I did a review. You can go back on my YouTube channel to find it. But it's supposed to come with 79 pieces. That's what it says on Furon. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of the 79 pieces. And the only way I believe that this is the Planetary Decoder, because it came with these wings, but they came in a few. It came with this piece, which only came in this set, came with this piece, which came in most of the sets. But it came with this piece, which was in the lot, and it came with this piece, which was in the lot. So this piece here was in the lot. So a bunch of in the lot unique pieces that I have, but there's like not even 20 pieces here, and there's like 70 pieces, so 80 pieces in the actual set. So that means that I have to pull 50 plus pieces from my collection. It is what it is. Do I want to do it? Not tonight. So tonight I am done. I am going to go to bed. We are going to get up early in the morning and go do stuff. So I don't think I'm going to be making any Lego videos over the next couple days. It is March break, and we're going to do some March break stuff. So that's it. That's all. I hope you guys had some interest and some fun watching me do this. I usually do this when I buy used lots. I try to build the sets I want to build from a used lot, and the rest gets sorted into the collection. And again, I also like to pontificate about how the collection was treated before I got there, before it came to me. And this one was relatively good. But the pieces that are missing, like, I want to say that over the years, I have been blessed. I keep on saying this. I've been blessed straight up, without any hesitation, without any guile, without any faking. I've been exceedingly blessed in me finding used lots. It is on a downward slope right now, but as I said, in the past 2 weeks, it peaked again. But over the years, I have found gorgeous lots where I believe that the person bought these sets back in the late 70s, early 80s, and built them once and put it on a shelf. And then they sat there until they got at the thrift store or on the marketplaces, and I go pick them up because they're mint, absolute mint, not a tooth mark, not a scratch. The trans canopies are completely transparent, no scratches. And then I found, and I try to watch for this now. I found some sets that I throw out actual Lego pieces because they are just dog chewed. They're just faded and browned and smoked and whatever, just damaged beyond belief. Marker, which permanent marker is not coming off, blah blah. But those are rare. It's rarer to find almost mint to mint pieces versus really crappy because most people who come, this again, I'm just pontificating here. I'm thinking about it. Most times when somebody is at home, maybe a mom, maybe dad, maybe somebody's cleaning the house, and they come across the box of the old 40-year-old Lego collection, and it looks like it's been through the, like, used as kitty litter, which I have seen, like just absolute disgustingness in a Lego box, and I won't touch it. They're not going to put it on. They're not going to put it on Marketplace. They're not going to put it on Kijiji back in the day. So that's already out. What normally happens when I come across a lot in the last 10 years on the marketplaces and the Kijijis is somebody, either themselves who had it when they were kids, or their mom after they have moved out and they're 20 or 30 or 40 something and they have their own kids, and they tell mom that, because I hear the stories, I ask, I'm curious, right? I go to just even this year or last year, last fall, I went to this very nice lady's house, and she goes, "Oh, this was my son's." She looked retired, and she goes, "Yeah, this was my son's when he was a kid, and then his kids played with it a little bit." That's why I talk about the minifigs are always get beat up. And she said that yeah, he's not interested, and I have it laying around the house, so I want it out of the house because his kids are growing up now; they're not playing Lego anymore. So I said, "Oh, perfect!" And $50 or whatever it is. And I bring it home, and I still wash, no matter what it is, no matter how mint it looks, I'm going to wash, use Lego. Anyway, I get in the house, and I realized that the pieces are perfect. The minifigs are beat up sometimes. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the story behind it. And so I've been very blessed in having lots that look very well done. And I take something like this, where I had to grab whatever, 15, 20 from my collection. It's a nice looking set. The pieces look great. And I mean, they look used. They're not glossy mint, but when I put the light on them, I can see some usage, which is going to happen. In my case, are you kidding? Like, my pieces from when I was a kid, they were used. We dumped them on the pool table. We dumped them on the floor. We dumped them. My sister and I had great times playing with them, and the friends would come over, and we did Lego Wars. So you're going to find some, very, very few, like half a dozen pieces with firecracker residue on them. So it's like, it's from 40, 50 years ago. Of course, that's what's going to happen. But I do now, obviously, because I'm, well into my 50s, I do tend to take care of my pieces more now. Absolutely, because I care, and and I didn't think I was abusing them back then. Like, again, I find some lots that the pieces they're really abused. Like, it looked like somebody took a sandpaper to them and stuff like that. That's what you get. But I am saying no more. I honestly am saying no more. And what happens is I go into a lot. I'm just gonna leave this on the screen. Put both of these right there. Woohoo! I get a lot, or I see a lot online, and this looks good, 40 bucks. I'll drive over and I look at it. When I get there and I'm looking through it, and I'm going, yes, there are pieces in here that I desire, but they are scratched up, and I don't want to go through the effort to wash and sort scratchy pieces, where a lot of basic bricks are just going to end up with a tote over there and the overflow and thrown into the garage, and Jeff, you'll pick them up someday. And I don't want to use them. I don't want to use them. I never cared about before, and I'm starting to care about now. I never cared about before how dull a piece looked. Because when you buy Lego in a box, it's glossy. Even back in the 70s, Lego, excuse me, swallowed wrong. Lego was glossy out of the box. Even the CA bricks, not as glossy as the new bricks, but they were glossy. You shone. They had a nice sheen to them back in the day. But then in my house, they're on the concrete floor in the basement, right? And so when you're scooping them up, the faces of the bricks are going to be scraped across the concrete floor or scraped into each other in a cardboard box. They're going to get scratched. That's what's going to happen. I didn't take them out to the sandbox. The Lego did not leave the house. The Fisher Price ended up in the sandbox, the airport and the house, whatever. And Fisher Price doesn't last long when it hits outside, but after playing with them years inside, they end up in the sandbox. But the Lego never went outside to the sandbox or into the backyard. Excuse me. So I like to keep my and I tried again. I do remember pieces that I broke over the years, but I tried to be as kind and considerate to my passion, my joy. I wasn't the kid next door in Toy Story when it comes to Lego. Again, proviso, yes, I did put firecrackers inside some of my Lego builds, but I was making a movie. So I didn't do it without making the movie. So yes, I do have some damage, but for me, a just cause. But anyway, so this brings it back. that did go wrong. That did go down wrong. That brings it back to this lot. That I have 3 sets. One that I always wanted and I just never got. One that I love, which I have a few of now, and one that's better than the one I built before because the pieces are better. And I actually put effort here in my collection when I sourced the missing pieces to make sure that they were nice looking instead of just like all beat up like the original one was. So to each his or her own on this hobby. This is what I like doing right now. And I'm going to continue doing this. And I don't know if I'm going to put 50 pieces of my collection into the next ship that I want to build. That came in this lot, because that's a lot of pieces. That's well over 50%. Well, it's 5/7, right? Or 5/8. So that's like, that's crazy number of pieces that I have to source for, or no, 2/8 or 2/7. My math is wrong. There's 20 pieces there, and there's 80 pieces. So that's 20%. So that means I'm pulling out 80% of the parts from my collection, or 25%. Yeah, my math is bad this time of night. 2 out of 8 is 25%. So 25% of the parts are here in the collection. I'm pulling out 75% of the parts from my collection to finish that. And I'm going, and it's Explorians too. And I didn't mind Explorians. I liked it, kind of liked it. But that one, yeah, like, I already have one. Do I need another one? I will make that determination later, because again, I'm going to be busy for the next couple of days. And so I will ruminate on it when I'm not here, and I'll let you know when I get back. So anyway, this has already gone on too long, 23 minutes. This is going to be in and of itself a video that I'm going to upload. I'm going to upload the first one to be released Monday or Sunday morning. The next one Monday morning. But I won't be anywhere near a computer. So, wow, this is making me look pudgy. There we go. Anywho, I had fun. I hope you had fun coming along with me. I have far too many stories, and they're tangentially related with the tangents and stuff. And I do find that I tend to go on, and I want to do that slightly less now. So in the end, everybody out there, stay safe, take care. I'll see you on the flip side, and yeah, I will talk to you soon.